Wow, it's week 19 of the Rondé Barber Show, and my normal co-host, JB Buono, decides he has had enough. So I'm replacing him with my producer, Rhett Fail Jr. Oh my God, this is going to be a great show. But just in case, I did bring reinforcements.
Beautiful.
From the Stream Center, this is the Rondé Barber Show, sponsored by Advent Health and Renewal by Andersen. Here's your host, JB Buono, and Hall of Famer Rondé Barber.
Well, I just told you that JB is not here. Rhett, welcome to the show. How about this? We got two of the most unique names in the history of the world. Rondé, which nobody has, and Rhett, which may or may not be making a resurgence in the world, now hosting.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, man.
Hey, thanks for having me. It is an immense honor, and I've never been more anxious in my entire life.
By the way, don't worry. You have a dope name, dude. Yeah. Rhett Fail Jr. That's like the coolest name ever, man.
I appreciate that. Got it from my dad.
Well, it's definitely named after a 50s movie or something, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or a 20s movie. Oh, how about this? Simeon Rice Ring of Honor week. We were hoping to get Simeon on. Maybe he'll call in here in a little bit. But the Bucs game from last week's almost not worth talking about, right? Defense was horrendous, gave up 100 points. That's 100 points in 3 weeks now, right? The offense is kind of dead in the water, slowly sinking, if you will. Our captain's hanging on by the gangplank with his good arm. That would be Baker. I will say this. Granted, the film wasn't an unmitigated disaster. It was actually kind of good in the second half, but we just can't score points. So I think the big thing we could talk about going into this week 13 game versus the Arizona Cardinals is Simeon Rice. Some good vibes, man. The guy, unfortunately, didn't make it to the semifinalist round for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. But Simeon was a game changer for us, man. So there's a lot of big weekend vibes here, and I think it's a huge honor for him to finally get his place in the Bucs Ring of Honor. He's got so much energy. I know he's going to be excited to be there with the Allstott, myself. Sapp, I think, is coming in after his Colorado game. Brooks will be there. Gruden will be there doing Gruden-type things. But I thought it would be interesting because it's Thanksgiving weekend. Football is family. You know this, Fred?
Oh, yeah.
Football is family.
Big marketing thing. They like that a lot.
They do?
Yeah.
How about I bring in my family to this conversation? There he is, waiting backstage, Mr. Tiki Barber. What's up, dude?
All's good, brother. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Rhett Fail Jr. as well, and all of your loyal followers out there. I hope you have a fantastic one, celebrating this unbelievable holiday with family and friends.
Did you write that?
No.
Yes, you did.
I'm just off the dome, bro.
That's scripted as hell right there.
It's not. Dude, I talk for a living, you know.
I do know this. We were talking, actually, before you got on. Some of the search engines out there will say that you and I played on Thanksgiving. I only played one Thanksgiving Day game, and it was against Dallas, and it was ugly. And Rhett reminded me yesterday just how bad that game was when he was a kid watching. But you said you unearthed that we actually did play Thanksgiving.
Well,
weekend.
The problem, Rondé, is that AI is so flawed, and we put so much faith in it that we believe anything that it says. AI says that we played on Thanksgiving, but there's little nuance that AI gets wrong. Like, we actually only played on Thanksgiving weekend.
Right.
So we did play November 30th, 1997. I had a grand total of 11 yards, 3 carries for 4 yards, and 1 reception for 7 yards. You didn't play at all. Or maybe you did. I don't know. You don't show up in the stats.
I didn't play that game. It was 97. I was inadequate as a player. Kind of like some guys on the. I'm not going to even go there.
But Mike Allstott scored 2 touchdowns. We only had a couple of field goals and a safety by Trent Dilfer, which I think was like just I don't know. He tried an intentional grounding or something like that. And you guys beat us 20-8.
That's the one win that I claim in our 5 meetings that you don't acknowledge for some reason. Just because it doesn't play.
You didn't play, dude. You didn't play. You can't claim a victory if you didn't. Did you even have a jockstrap on?
I did not. I did not actually.
You were in street clothes.
You know
that
what?
Doesn't count, bro.
The only game I played that year was against Arizona, actually, and Rob Moore destroyed my confidence, and I didn't play until the postseason. I played against Green Bay, and then '98 was when it started this whole Hall of Fame career.
Nobody would have known after that '97 Thanksgiving game that both Barbers would be in their respective Ring of Honor.
Right, exactly right. And dude, it'll be really cool to get Simeon in ours. You played against Simeon when he was in Arizona, correct?
Yeah, we did. He was a wrecking force on the edge, man. Like you didn't know how to block him because even if you tried to chip him, he would split. Like I would have to chip him, and he would split me.
Right.
And because he's so long, and it's almost intimidating when someone it's that long is bearing down on you. And so our only recourse was to flare, like to turn. We had to turn our protection to Simeon all the time. So it almost like he was getting double teamed by the guard or the tackle. I mean, now we could run at him that way, but pass in any pass situation, forget it.
It's funny you say that because everybody thinks that he's a bad run defender. He was just a unique run defender. Like,
what does that mean?
It means he would olay the tackle and still make the tackle. So put it this way: he wasn't going to be a guy that was setting the edge of a defense, but he was. You know what? And people talk about him, and you think about his sack numbers and the metrics. If you're trying to measure him against other people, that to me, that's not his Hall of Fame argument. His Hall of Fame argument is his uniqueness, like the unique way that he played the game. I've never seen anybody like him. I remember the first time he came into the building, and he's 6'5" or whatever, and 260, but he just looks different. He looks more or less like
because his hands are down now around his knees.
I know. He's got this unique build and just the ability to work the game different than anybody else. Like he's not Strahan, right? Strahan played a certain way.
Strahan was also Rondé. He was 270, 280 almost in his early days, and then at the end of his career, he got down to about 265 and became a speed rusher, so to speak.
Right.
But Simeon, like he'd get into that crouch. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh
like,
yeah.
It was just like
he lived in that crouch.
It was just like this. Like how you were 6'5", you're in this like little ball that you can't even see his body, and then he'd just explode out of it. Like, he was impactful in so many ways.
That crouch, dude. You know what? Guess what, Teke? Simeon actually called in.
Uh-oh.
There he is.
Yeah, I had to. It's my guy.
Yeah. Hey, it's your weekend. You better call me this week of all weeks. Yeah, you coming into Tampa, you're going to celebrate your Ring of Honor, man. I need you, bro. So thanks for coming on, dude.
Game of Thrones right now.
See, this is when people ask me about Simeon, I was like, you are about to get a unique experience. I don't know what it is, what it's going to look like, how's he going to be, but it's going to be unique, man. That's unapologetically you, dude. So thanks for coming in.
We always have fun. You know what it is. It feels good coming back this weekend, seeing the old heads, seeing all more people, man, seeing Tampa, the fans. I can't wait. All my high school teammates coming, college. The most thing I wanted to do is represent everybody that ever represented me and be a vessel for everybody that, that anchored my career, that helped me do anything. So I'm just a vessel.
Yeah, you were a hell of a vessel. I tell you that, Tiki, this is a funny story. So Simeon comes in 01, and like I remember we had a box up in the stadium. Claudia's taking pictures, shooting down from the box, and she showed me the picture after the game, and I'm like, where am I? And she's like, no, you're right there behind 97. She didn't know who Simeon was. Like, from that day on, I refused to get in the huddle.
That's hilarious. Are you serious?
I swear to God.
That's right.
I was like, I'm not getting in this huddle. Because he made me look like I was 2 years old. He's so damn tall.
That's right. He didn't get in the huddle.
I swear. I didn't tell anybody.
He always stood off.
Yeah, I didn't tell anybody. I just said, I'm just standing out here.
You just told me that now. Wow, that's crazy.
Oh man, you know what, Sim? Give me your first. I remember seeing you when you first came here, and I couldn't reconcile the freak that you were. I knew who you were, obviously, because you've been in the league. And people think that Simeon came to Tampa and then shot off. Nah, man, you were already that before you came here in Arizona. Take us back to those first impressions when you walked into a Bucs locker room. I mean, we had Sapp, Brooks, Lynch, myself, D-Jack. We had some players. What were your first impressions coming?
You know
coming
what? I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you the backstory. So I come in and I have my like dinner, right? And Sapp was supposed to be there,
Of
right?
course.
This real talk. So Sapp's supposed to be there. All the coaches there, and they kind of like they got these salt and pepper shakers. They made the D line out of salt and pepper shaking condiments, and they're like, "This is where you're gonna be. We don't want you to move around like you did in Arizona. Okay, you did great, rookie year, all that, but here, as if you become a pro, all pro for us, this is how you're gonna play." So I'm looking, I'm like, all right. So before that, they say, Sapp was supposed to be here, and I'm like, "Did you talk to him?" I said, "Yeah, I talked to him." They said, "Is he coming?" I said, "Yeah, he said he was coming," because that's the whole thing is. That got me to Tampa was playing with Sapp. I wanted to play with a defensive tackle because I felt like the defensive tackle really was going to be instrumental into how I played the game.
Right.
It was like going to New York, playing with you, Tiki, with Strahan, or having a defensive tackle. So it was like, because New York was doing the bookend. But I'm like, the tackle has inside press. They have press right from the gate. So if you can make somebody take a step back, it's over with.
Hold on 1 second. Time out. Did you just say you almost came to New York?
Yeah, it was. They offered me.
Breaking news.
Yeah, they offered me, but
I did not know that.
I couldn't take less than Strahan.
Oh yeah.
I just couldn't do it at the time. I was like, man, bro. I was like, this is what I want, and they were like, nah, we got our guy. I was like, all right.
That's what's so interesting. What's so interesting about that, Simeon, is that if you would have went there, Tiki and I's careers are probably switched. Like y'all would have won a Super Bowl, bro. Because you remember the year in 2002, the year we did win the Super Bowl, we thought we were going to have to play the New York Giants, right? Except they lost to San Francisco, who we then thumped.
Why you got to bring up old stuff, bro?
I mean, Simeon just did it. He almost was going to be a Giant.
No, but it bring up good stuff. That was for real. And because Coughlin was recruiting me out of high school when he was at Boston College. So, we had that whole thing going. We had some real serious talks. So I'm at the table, Sapp not showing up. They keep, Money's like, where the hell is he coming? I'm like, I don't know. Y'all guy. So, but he did call afterwards. And this is a funny thing. So he called after. I was like, what's up, bro? Because Tony like, oh, we got Sapp. And he put him on the phone with me. I'm like, what's up? He's like, hey, what's up? I'm like, I'm here. Where you at? He's like, man, what you want? I was like, I'm here. I ain't messing with you. Click. And he didn't say messing with you. You know what he said? I was like, all right, this dude weird. You know what I mean? So we went back to it. Then they started telling me how I was going to be using. They was telling me how Sapp, basically, if he have a great game, the team wins. If he have a bad game, the team loses. He's like, it's so much heavily predicated on what, a 9-9 does up front. And they was like, and they didn't like, they was going through all the metrics. They was like talking to me about the weight and, how he has to be inspired and this and that. And I was like, and they was like, he going to beat you off the ball, because and I'm like, that ain't going to happen. Nobody going to beat me off of it. And so we got back, it was a back and forth with us talking about that whole thing. I was like, no, it sounds good. No, I was like, I hear you. Right. He was like, no. I was like, they was like, wait till you get to practice. Wait till you get to practice. So when I get to practice, it was like, these boys play hard. These boys practice like I do. Right. This felt like home. It felt like home from the energy standpoint because I'm like, these boys down here, they love playing football and they love getting down. I love this. You know what I mean? Now, in terms of like me and the energy with the D-line, we bumping heads into, me and Nine, we bumped heads into, we kind of got it.
I'm laughing.
We kind of got our personalities, you know what I mean? we became like this, but we became super tight. You know what I mean? But it took
Right.
a while, you know. And Coach Marinelli isn't one to chaperone everything. So he gonna let it be what it's gonna be. You know what I mean? We worked out as men and we understood what our roles were, and we understood what we had to do. I never forget Sap goes. He's like, this is cover two. He's like, this defense is gonna either expose you for who you are, you know, as a being, you're not like, if you can't pass, because you're gonna get one-on-one situations, we're gonna get these situations, and if it's not, it's gonna really expose you. I'm sorry, it's gonna only tell you one tell for me. I don't know what you talk about.
Right.
You know what I mean? So then we went involved, man. And the one thing is that I love the fact that how you guys, before I even got there, looking in the window, held each other to a standard. They held each other to a standard, and it was unbelievable. I'm gonna tell you, it was so for me, and I'm gonna tell you this, for real, Rondé. When I played, I never had a situation where I could talk to a corner and be like, "Give me 2 steps, give me 3 steps." I could look, Rondé. You remember this?
Oh yeah.
I'm like, "Dog, just give me a little bit. We're about to get this dude." You know what I mean? I could literally tell him this, and I get a sack like that play, next play, like it was coming, like, and that was something that was, even, to be honest with you, greater than I could even have at a defensive tackle, is being able to go to a corner and give me 2 steps.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We played
and I'm
nasty.
like, all I need is 2 steps today, dog.
Yeah, we played nasty, but we played smart. The biggest thing that what you're talking about, like, it felt like, even though we had great individual players, nobody was playing individually. You know what I mean? So it was like
we were all playing together.
It was like an ecosystem where we knew we all could thrive if we all did our jobs the right way. So, like, look, if I got to play outside leverage and not make a chance, you know, make a play on a ball, but I'm funneling it into the linebacker or safety, whatever, make the quarterback hold the ball. Next thing you know, Sapp or Simeon, bam, hit the quarterback, and you're like, man, we made that look easy, but really it was just us doing our jobs and not me being selfish, right? And so to have a defense like that, I think what made us different. I mean, obviously, it made us very dangerous. We won a Super Bowl basically on one side of the ball, but it was fun, man. It was just fun to be part of that many great players.
Rondé, how much of that is coaching? Right, Monty was great. Obviously, we all know this. Rest in peace. But how much of it was coaching? I know individually, you got to be athletic. You got to be football IQ. How much of it was coaching?
Most of it. Right. I think, Simeon, you agree with this, because like most of it was coaching technique, responsibility, knowing that on this defense you need to do this so that everybody else can do their job. Well, if one dude does their job wrong, then it affects the other 10 dudes on the field. Right. Mm. That's how I always felt about it. And I was like, all I got to do is my job, and my plays are going to come to me. And then I'll just let the freaks of the world go, destroy tackles and get sacks. That's essentially how we played. Just do your job, right? Coached up to do your job. Technique wins, and then go ball, right? It's just fun to just go ball, man. Simeon, you obviously,
I want to answer to that, though.
Yeah.
I think it started with coaching. I think they set the ground rules for that with the fits and what we did on like the walkthroughs and things like that. Because coming from Arizona, we never did that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We never did that. I was all pro before that. I led the NFL in sacks before I came to Tampa and all that. But the force of nature, the things that I was able to do, didn't even begin until I got there. Yeah, we playoffs and stuff like that in Arizona, but nothing like the effect it has overall IQ. When you playing with guys with IQ now, it was coaching, but then we all have an understanding of IQ, how we can help with each other in our leverages, in our fits, how we play, playing faster. And I think, like, even I'm telling you, just the communication that me and Rondé would have before a play would allow me to play even faster, because that's the only reason why I'm communicating, letting them know what to predict, so we could be even that much more predictable to each other.
Right.
So if he need to jump something, he could jump something. If I know he gonna squeeze him a little tight, now I'm really gonna get off the edge, and I'm like, because once I tell him, I gotta be able to do what I say, or there's no trust.
That's exactly right.
It's within our defense.
That's exactly right. I don't know how that translates to offense, Tiki. I don't know if that's possible, but
it's more nuanced on offense,
right?
Because like it's all the quarterback. The quarterback's job is to get everybody right. And if you don't have a quarterback that can get everybody right, you're going to be in trouble. Like, for instance, that Kerry Collins year, Kerry used to say to us, I might call this wrong, but if we're all wrong, we're all right. Right. So it's just a matter of the quarterback making sure that everybody's on the same page, even if it's the wrong call. Right. You can have success when things are screwed up. You just got to make sure everybody's on the same page.
All right.
Simeon, you're going into the Ring of Honor, and it's an awesome honor. How the hell do we get this narrative around you in the Hall of Fame?
I was just getting ready to ask that.
You have more sacks than J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt is going in first ballot Hall of Famer whenever he's eligible. You got 6 more sacks or whatever it is than he does. You've double-digit sacks multiple years in your career. You were dominant, but it's all about the narrative. How do we get the narrative changed around you?
I don't know. I never really. I don't know how it works. Rondé got asked that. I really don't.
Well, honestly, I've been in your shoes, man. I was there when people just weren't talking about me, even though I was making it to the semifinalist stage, which just announced yesterday as we're taping this that you didn't make that list. I mean, I'm looking at 2 guys right here, by the way, people that have no business not being in the Hall of Fame, and certainly in the Hall of Fame conversation with Tiki and Simeon. I just want to know how you process it. I know, Sim, that you don't. I remember you talking about it a couple months ago when you were here. It's not something you really lean on, but I think from me and Derek and Sapp and Lynch, guys that are in the Hall of Fame, probably Tony too. Like, you deserve to be there. Like, I saw it. I was part of it. Like, I don't see anybody like that. So for me, if I'm answering that question for you, Simeon, you got to change the narrative to show how unique you were. You were such a unique player, man. Like, the fact that people have forgotten that, like, hurts my heart, dude. It shouldn't be that way.
Yeah, I guess you know what. I guess I don't put too much into it because I did it, so I don't know the overall effect when I left it. I'm proud of the Ring of Honor thing. I was 1996 Rookie of the Year with a bunch of other players that I got drafted with. So that's the beginning of it. I feel I don't know. That's the beginning of my story. You know what I mean? Then I became an All-Pro in Arizona, and we didn't have a really great team. And, I had 16 and a half sacks there and double-digit 50 sacks in 5 years there. And I started out with that, you know what I mean? And pretty much dominated everybody that was in front of me.
Right.
Nobody ever was.
So when you
so I don't really know.
Right.
Like,
so
I don't know.
Here's a way to ask that question differently. How do you measure your contribution to the game, to the NFL, the game of professional football? Right.
I feel like you tell the story to Tampa Bay. You got to tell your story, and you have to tell your story with Simeon Rice. You know what I mean? With me landing there, and
trust me, we're not there without you, bro.
yeah, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? But and then when you get there, it became pure dominance. It's 15 and a half sacks every year. You know what I mean? From the moment I got there, 11 sacks the first year, 15 and a half sacks every year. Book it, you know what I mean? And nobody was able to affect the game like that. But I just did my job to the best of my ability. I left it with no rivals. You know what I mean? I think I ate all my lunch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I worked my ass off. You know how I work. That's all I did.
Trust me. Simeon works his ass off. He's actually. I tell this story too all the time. When you beat me in the 100, I still can't believe it, but you did at 270, whatever you were weighing at the time. 265. Yeah. Tiki,
that don't make him feel any better.
I had him beat for like 10 yards. And then this damn Usain Bolt stride came up behind me and just ate my ass off.
Yeah. Well, you know what it is? Stride length, stride frequency,
and man.
Power. You got it all.
Hey, Simeon, as you get ready to go in here, man, give me into our Ring of Honor, the Hall of Fame. I think that recognition will come. It's just a matter of time. But if you could give like one phrase that our fans could connect to Simeon Rice, what would it be?
One phrase is, my relentless pursuit of excellence left me in a place that was comfortable enough to take our team to the highest level of the NFL and shrine into the football halls forever, winning our first Super Bowl and Super Bowl 37.
Oh, that's beautiful.
You're the man.
You are the man.
I appreciate that.
Thanks for coming on, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Bro.
I'll see you this weekend. Have a good have a good Thanksgiving too, man. I love you, man.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Too, man. Thanks, fellas. All love.
Oh man, Simeon is one heck of a guest, dude. I told you it was going to be unique, man. There's Rhett. I didn't know you were still here, buddy.
Yeah, me neither. We a lot of cool things talking to the sack master, if you will, Simeon Rice, but we still got to dive into the state of our beloved Buccaneers, who have dropped their last 3, losers of their last 4 out of 5. Oh, man. We'll dive into that when the Rondé Barber Show returns.
You're watching the Rondé Barber Show, sponsored by Renewal by Andersen, superior products, exceptional service, and by Advent Health, the exclusive hospital of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here's your host, Bucs legend Rondé Barber, and a guy who never made it in radio, Redfield Jr.
Oh, at least we got the guy to change the name. He didn't say JB Buno.
Yeah.
Rhett, you're not failing in radio. You're succeeding in podcasting on the Rondé Barber Show. Don't let anybody take that away from you.
I gave it a good old college try. Tampa's a good market to learn in and kind of find your footing. And, had some fun in radio, got it out of my system, and I'm beyond grateful to be where we are now.
You need to ask Tiki. Tiki's on the WFAN's #1 sports talk radio in the country. So, I mean, there's your question, guy.
I'm just impressed with the turnaround for the voiceover guy.
Yeah.
Wow. That was impressive.
He's usually within 48 hours. He's on top of it. Bill's a true professional.
Yes, and he throws darts, bro. Like they usually hit right in the middle of the forehead too. Oh God, Bucs. Okay, let's talk about them real quick. Hey, did you watch our game on Sunday night, Tiki? What did you think?
I watched some of the highlights. That was a hell of a game by Zion, huh? Who knew that Devontae Adams was still an All-Pro?
Hey, you could you know what? You could take that Barb because he is a twin. He does have a twin. There's twin vibes going on there. Yeah, the Bucs did not look the part of a contender. It begs the question, man. I know you're going to ask me this question, Rhett. Fact or fiction? Are they a playoff team? Just from an outsider's view, Rhett. You can ask me my question in a second, but I'm going to ask Tiki real quick. From an outsider's view, does this team feel like a playoff team?
They don't, but it doesn't matter in the NFC South, apparently, because how many times have you had a sub-500 division winner that's gotten to the postseason? And then once you get to the second season, who cares? It's a new season. It doesn't matter. So the most important thing is you guys got to get healthy. Bucky Irvin's got to get healthy. Baker's got to get healthy. Baker's non-throwing shoulder. I know he'll tough through it if he has to, but it's not ideal. Mike Evans has been banged up all season long. So it's like what was supposed to be counted on to keep this team driving forward and maybe advancing from the last year, it's just gotten disrupted. And I think it's one of the reasons that Todd Bowles is struggling right now. I know I saw it in your notes how you had the whole week off in the bye week, and don't you have to do that when everybody's beat up, though?
Oh, my God.
It's the problem is a conundrum.
The problem is they came back from that bye week, and I'm not disparaging. I mean, you needed 7 days off. You take 7 days off. The problem is they took 7 days off, and there's been a worse version of the team, especially on defense since then. And that's frustrating. I mean, I watched the film and I'm just like, what are we doing? And I know you picked on Zion right there, but it's really just a bunch of individual mistakes over and over again from different people. Zion just got Devontae. I mean,
Devontae's really good.
He's still really good, man. He wins at the line of scrimmage. Zion, right. he had a wrist injury, and I don't think he's playing the same since then. It's like he won't. Playing bump and run in the NFL, dude, it's win with your feet and then punch with your hands, and he's not doing either of them well right now since he came back. So I'm hoping dude gets in the lab and starts figuring out how to fix himself. But you mentioned something I think is probably most relevant to this week when we play the Arizona Cardinals at home. First, the start of a 3-game homestand, by the way, which is desperately needed. Hopefully Bucky Irvin returns. And I saw him in the building the other day. I think he's doing great. If he comes back and adds a jolt to the offense, I mean, the offense has been stagnant. Man, I love Rashad White and Sean Tucker. I think they've had pretty good couple of weeks, actually, right, Rhett? They're averaging like over 5 yards per carry collectively. It's not really been the problem. The problem is like the juice in the entire offense isn't there because we're counting on 2 rookies, Emeka Egbuka and Tez Johnson, and K-Dot and every now and then to provide the sparks to the offense, and they're not home run hitters. I mean, Tez can be, but he's just not all the time, and I think Baker's struggling because of it.
Let me ask you a quick question about K-Dot, and we'll kind of take a side note here, only because people are running rampant with this narrative. Is there any legs at all behind K-Dot not wearing gloves? Because apparently Tom Brady at one point made him wear gloves, and then as soon as Brady was gone, he took the gloves off, and unfortunately, we get the tragic interception we got on primetime.
Right, you're only asking that because of the bobbled interception, right?
Listen, I'm mostly asking for the people, because if you go online, if you look at the message boards, I mean, people are 100% convinced that this happened because he wasn't wearing gloves, and I feel like enough time has gone by where, like, yeah, I don't know if I buy that theory, but what are your thoughts?
I used to not wear gloves in practice, but then wear them in the games. I don't know. I'm not an everyday ball catcher. That's not going to age well. But Tiki, you tell me. You caught a lot of
all the
footballs.
Time. I wore gloves all the time. Look, this cliche, Rondé. It's stupid. It doesn't mean anything, but it is true. If you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you play good.
Right.
And if you play good, you get paid good. Now, that should be well, but it is what it is. You get paid good. So I wore gloves because it looked sweet.
It looked awesome, right?
and it helped me hold on to the football. And as a runner, your hands get banged up a lot. People's helmets are coming in, especially the way I carried the ball high and tight. Somebody's helmet was coming right where I had the ball. So I always wore gloves. It wasn't necessary to catch it. I thought I had good enough hands to catch it anyways.
Right.
It was more for the pounding that happened after I had the ball in my control.
Let's play a little game here, Tiki.
Yes.
And Rhett, I know you're going to ask me a question about our 5 losses, and yes, they are 2 good teams. Well, let me ask you, Rhett. Of the 5 losses, right? What are they? Detroit,
Philly,
and then 3 in a row: New England, Buffalo, L.A. Did any of them, from a fan's perspective, encourage you that we're going to come out of it this week against a kind of a average Arizona team?
I hate to say it because it was the first game we really saw those explosives against the Bucs defense, but I thought New England. I thought that was kind of a fluky game. You take the explosives out of it, and I thought the Bucs defense won most of their reps, did a decent job trying to at least disrupt Drake May. And, again, aside from a couple of small mistakes there, that they just absolutely made him pay, right? I think the Patriots, more than any other offense this year, just took the most advantage of those miscues. So, I came away from that one thinking, all right, next week, they can still bring the pressure back a little bit. They can try and rattle Josh Allen. And it looked good for a quarter.
Yeah.
And then they just kind of took the rest of the game off. So after Buffalo, I was pretty let down.
Right. And then
think about what you're talking about now. You're talking about the reigning NFL MVP and the 2 favorites to win the MVP right now.
Fair point.
In the NFL.
Fair point.
So,
I'll say this.
Not like you're playing slouches.
I'll say this.
Yeah.
I think it's a great answer, Rhett, because 3 run fits in the New England game, and I think that game's completely different, right? Buffalo, fluky. We got Josh Allen, dude. Man had 6 touchdowns by himself. That it just is what it is. They laid an egg against the Rams. I mean, either Stafford's going to beat you, and Puka and Devontae are going to do their thing. They got after Zion, and if you take that away, Kyron Williams can beat you. And then the guy that Tiki's most interested in right now, Chris Shula's no-name defense, dude. And just beats you, and it stifles you into submission. I didn't realize this going into this game because I'm an idiot, and I picked the Bucs to beat them. But 16.3 points per game, lowest in the NFL, second most takeaways in the NFL, and they have a quarterback that is the presumptive right now MVP. That was the game we were going to lose, right?
Dude, he hasn't thrown an interception in 27 touchdown passes.
Yeah,
so
crazy.
It's he's playing at an elite level. And I think we always knew that, even when he was in Detroit. It's just Detroit stunk, mostly defensively. He's the MVP right now.
Right.
And it's not even close. But you were talking about Chris Shula. And obviously this comes up. I'm sure Tampa Bay football fans know this. The Giants don't have a head coach right now.
Really?
All we do on WFAN Sports Talk Radio is talk about who's the next head coach. Could Mike Kafka hold on to this job? And should we bring in Lou Anarumo or Mike McCarthy? But Jay Glazer, our buddy,
might be good.
Yeah, yeah. But Jay Glazer, our buddy, said maybe one of the secret leaders is Chris Shula. He's 39 years old. He went to college. I think they were the same year with Sean McVay.
Right.
Sean has been grooming him to be the head coach, a head coach somewhere. And his defenses are unique and different.
Right.
So on Baker's first sack, Rondé, maybe you remember this, maybe you don't,
I did.
because I was just watching this.
I got my notes. I can look at it right here.
So they had 5 down. So they were man on man, right? They're putting man on man, 5 down. But behind it, it was so bizarre. It was almost like they were playing this like amoeba defense. It didn't make
Right.
It made no sense.
It was almost like a match zone or something. It was like you really couldn't tell. Like, I mean, I could go back and look at it right now and tell you exactly what it is. But yes.
Think about how innovative that is to do that. Right?
Right.
Most people don't do that. You get one-on-one with each offensive lineman. So hopefully one of your guys wins. And then you have all of this muck behind it. So Baker has nowhere to go with the football.
Right.
It's smart.
He does a damn good job because I go into that game. Jared Verse, yes, I know who that is. Other than that, don't really know a lot of the players on the Rams defense.
I don't either.
and they're really, really good. All right, Tiki. November is coming to an end. Thank you for cooking me Thanksgiving. I'm actually going to spend Thanksgiving with my family for the first time in 25 years.
That's beautiful.
We haven't been together since college for Thanksgiving. So
That's crazy.
25. What are you talking about, bro?
28. Sorry.
What are you talking about?
28.
It's like 30. We haven't had
28.
Thanksgiving together.
28. We're only 50.
Oh, yeah, our 30th is a year and a half.
Yeah, come on, dude. I'm kind of right.
Yeah,
Anyways, it's nearly December, right? When football matters that you're playing well. Okay.
Yes.
Let's do a thought exercise here. Rhett, you can join into this if you would like. All right. Who is your favorite in the NFC? You got the Rams, you got the Eagles, you got the Bears, who play this weekend, by the way, or is it someone else? Is it Seattle? Is it the Lions? Or is it the Packers? There's so much volatility in the standings. Like, I don't even really know what makes a good playoff team this year. So who do you favor right now?
I feel like
It's got to be, for me, it's got to be the Rams. I want to say Philly, but their offensive line is not as dominant as it was a year ago. Saquon's not having a great season running the football.
3.7 yards per carry. Yeah, he's
I know
bad.
it's just not impactful.
Right.
And so they're having to do it a different way on defense, and I don't know if it's sustainable. Like that loss to the Cowboys after being up 21-0, that was ugly. And so I'm going to say the Rams. They're their quarterback play is just too good, and defensively, as we were just alluding to.
Yeah, I think it's the Rams until it's not at this point. The way that they have played, they're not just the class of the NFC. I think they're the most consistent team in the NFL right now.
Right.
Matthew Stafford playing like an MVP, like you said, Tiki. And I think what's even more incredible about that is back in training camp, we were like,
he didn't play.
We were like, oh my God, this is a 38-year-old quarterback with
Right.
back issues. Like it seemed like he was a ticking time bomb.
Right.
And I remember even going out on a limb at the beginning of the year, and I'm like, I bet he doesn't finish the season.
Right.
And holy hell! I mean, we are certainly more wrong than I thought we would be.
We almost traded for him. We tried to trade for him. The Giants tried to trade for him. Now,
I don't
ultimately,
remember
I think
that.
he was using us.
Right.
Yes, we tried to trade for Matt Stafford. I think he was using us to get a new deal from the Rams, which ultimately happened. But there was a thought that he was done in LA.
Right. That's crazy.
It is crazy, especially when you see what happening right now.
Right. So it's one of those years, and in the NFC, I think it's anybody's game. I do agree with you that it is going to be the Rams, but like, is this a Cinderella year, or is this the stable elites come back into the fold? Like, is it going to be Detroit that finds a way to get on that? I'm going to go on a ledge, and I think it's going to materialize late this week, and you're going to see this in we have a pick six segment, Tiki. You're going to see this reflected in my pick six segment. I think it's Cinderella year. I think Ben Johnson's going to get the Bears there.
Really?
I do. I don't know why. I just have no reason. Garrett's over here shaking his head at me, but Garrett, trust me, it's going to happen this year. NFC South, Tiki. Panthers lose to the 49ers on Monday night. Bryce Young just doesn't look like he's capable of carrying a good team to the promised land right now. But the Bucs, as bad as they've played, have these opponents left on their schedule: Atlanta, New Orleans, Carolina twice, and Arizona this week.
Yeah. So it sounds like a 10. It sounds like a 10-win
Carolina, on the other hand, has get ready: Rams,
Ooh.
Seattle. I think they also play New Orleans once, and the Bucs twice. So,
Ooh.
NFC
Yeah,
South
they're rough.
roundup.
That's rough.
It's they got a tough.
Look, it's set up for the Buccaneers. I mean, again, a lot of this is dependent upon Baker Mayfield's health, Bucky Irving's health, as we were talking about a little bit earlier. But the Bucs are in line if all things fall in place to win the division again, get to the postseason, and who knows what happens. And when I think about these things, it's simple. It's the low hanging fruit. I think about who has the best quarterback.
Right.
And if healthy, Baker Mayfield is the best call. I mean, Tyler Shuck is not the guy, in New Orleans. I mean, maybe he grows over it next year and his sophomore season's better. Bryce, we've talked about. And Kirk Cousins, I mean, he played okay, but I don't trust him.
Right.
And
I don't trust Michael Penix either, to be honest with you. I feel bad for him.
But he's done. He's done for the season.
Right.
So
right.
The Bucs have the best quarterback. So that puts them in the best position to win this division and get to the postseason.
I love it. All right, Tiki, you're going to get to judge our Pick Six segment here. Ooh. So every week, JB and I are in a competition, and as you might imagine, I'm losing. I'm losing. Oh, I'm losing bad. This is so stupid. Well, how am I losing to that guy? Look at that guy.
I mean, it's not that bad. It's only 2 games.
He just went 3-0 last week. I've gone 0-3 twice. All right, so I'm gonna let Rhett do JB's picks first, since he's got a 2-game cushion on me.
So JB texted me his picks. He also texted me a little bit of context for his picks.
Oh, he's got some commentary to go along?
He does. And again, I think he does have to defend himself a little bit this week, because his underdog pick is, I don't know, man. I don't know if he's playing to lose at this point or if he's just going out on a limb to try and prove a point. But here we go. Some picks with rationales to read on the show from the absent JB Buno. So
wait, you guys got to pick a dog? You got to pick one dog.
Favorite dog, and then the Bucs game. That's it.
So it's the pick six.
That's actually cool. I like that.
Yeah, it's the pick six. We pick 6 games total: 3 for Rondé, 3 for JB, 1 favorite, 1 underdog, and then the Bucs game every single week. So JB's favorite. He said the Vikings scare absolutely nobody with J.J. McCarthy. They should have kept Sam Darnold, so he's going to take Seattle at home. Pretty tough place to play. We know that the Bucs were able to squeak one out earlier this year.
Yes.
Would you say they're, just a little side tangent about the Bucs, would you say their most impressive win this year?
I think so. Yeah. On the road, the way they did it too. It was in the time of the year when we were winning games with Baker Magic at the end. Yeah. I thought it was. And the defense stepped up when they had to. Remember, Levante got the interception right before the end of the game that gave us a chance. Yeah, that by far the most impressive win of the season so far.
JB's upset. You can probably see this coming from a mile away. He is taking the Cleveland Browns.
I mean, just because Brock Purdy threw 3 interceptions last week does not mean.
Now, Monday Night Football was pretty entertaining watching Bryce Young and Brock Purdy just throw meatball subs at each other the entire time. He says San Fran doesn't look like they're firing on all cylinders yet, with so many pieces still getting back in the lineup. And Browns fans are all in on Garrett breaking the record, which I do think he's going to do. So maybe Myles Garrett is the big reason.
You know what? We failed, actually, by not asking Simeon about the best rusher in football, because I'm pretty sure he would have said Myles Garrett, right?
It's got to be.
I mean, one of the stories of the week, I mean, we talk about stories around the NFL, Shedeur Sanders getting his first win. I mean, I give him credit, man, because he won, right? And not a lot of Cleveland quarterbacks have won in their first year, but that is 1,000% burying the lead of the Cleveland Browns, which is this dude that is going to shatter Strahan's record, Tiki. Myles Garrett, man.
Myles Garrett is ridiculous. He's got 13 sacks in the last 4 games or something.
What was it, Garrett?
Which would be leading the league.
Hold on. Listen to this.
Or second in the league.
Listen to this. Yeah, that's what it was, right?
Yeah.
It's
Brian Burns has the second most sacks in the NFL at 13. Right. Yeah. He's had 13 in 4 weeks.
In the last 4 weeks, as you mentioned, 13 sacks. Myles Garrett currently leads the league in sacks. The second guy, who is Brian Burns, has the same number of sacks on the season as Myles Garrett has in the last 4 weeks.
Right, which is nuts.
He was made in a lab. I'm convinced that he's not a human being. But 100%. Let's get to our final pick here for JB. He said he wanted to.
By the way, just real quickly on the Browns, I think this is a masterclass by Stefanski in Cleveland, because you hold out Shedeur Sanders all season long, because he was going to get fired, right? Because they stunk.
Yeah.
Dylan Gabriel.
I see where you're going. Yeah.
You throw in Shador Sanders and then he beasts it, you keep your job.
Yeah, makes it look like you made the right decision.
Right.
All right, let's see what our guy says about the Cardinals and the Bucs at home.
JB, a guy who has shown he loves picking against Tampa Bay.
Yes, he does.
He said he wanted to embrace the villain role yet again, but he thinks Baker Mayfield hits the smelling salts before this one and gives us a vintage performance with only one shoulder. So he is taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to right the ship at home. 3 straight home games. I feel like if you're going to beat anybody over the last month, it's got to be this Arizona team.
It's got to be this team. I will agree.
Now, do you think Jacoby Brissett's going to complete 78 passes against our defense?
So there's 67%. This dude's got 11 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Like, yes, they're leaving a lot to be desired, but Jacoby Brissett is not one of those things. All right, Tiki, here's the gist. He picks 3. I pick 3 too. Obviously, the Bucs game. We can't pick the same teams. So my pick 6 here. Favorite. I had a bunch of Patsy games to choose from, by the way. Like when you're down 2, I need to pick one that's going to win. So damn it, JB, he keeps running away from me. Like I could have picked the Ravens at home versus the Bengals, right? Could have picked the Patriots at home versus the Giants, or whoever's playing the Titans. Like I could have picked any of those, right? That's just guaranteed wins. But after this past week, dude, the Raiders have hit a new kind of low, bro. Like, I'm not blaming Brady. I'm not blaming Pete. I'm not even going to blame my guy, John Spytek, the new general manager. This is all Gino's fault.
That's what he said to say.
Do we have the graphic? Do we have can you pull up the graphic? I should have preferenced y'all and told y'all. Mr. Smith, it's all your fault that I'm taking the Chargers. Because you said, blame it on me. Blame it on me. Everything's my fault. The fact that you're the second to last scoring offense in football, no, that's not it. Right? Wow. And you're playing a Los Angeles B team, by the way, the Chargers, that's scored 25 points plus in 4 straight games. Yeah, I'm taking the Chargers. That's my patsy of the week. All right, here we go. This is what I was prefacing earlier, Tiki. Bears are sneaky good, man. They're sneaky good. Dude, I know the Steelers were ripe for a letdown because that's kind of what they've been doing this year.
True. You realize the Giants almost beat the Bears, too.
I know, but, whatever. They're not the same old Bears. They're finding ways to win those games, which, by the way, you could not say that the past 2 years. So I'm going on a limb, maybe a little rickety limb that's going to be blowing in the Thanksgiving wind like Snoopy on top of his doghouse. But the defense is going to go on the road, and they're going to exasperate Philly's woes. Dude, the end of that Philly game against Dallas, up 21-0, and inability to create anything, penalties, ineffective run game, 107 yards in the second half.
And that's happened multiple times this year.
Right. Chicago's defense is actually pretty good. They're my upset. What do you think? Yes.
That's a good one. Yeah. I like Chicago. I like Ben Johnson. People always talk about these offensive gurus that are offensive coordinators and how are they going to be as head coaches. You could just tell
he had it.
He had it.
He had a purpose. He's got purpose.
There's a leadership to him.
He's got a purpose in everything that he does, right?
Right. All right. He's not just trying to figure it out.
All right. So, Tiki, here we go. I haven't picked against the Bucs all year. All right. There's no way
against the Bucs.
There's no way I should have taken a broken down defense and a mashed out offense, right, against the presumptive MVP last week. That was just stupid, right? And it's just dumb. But the Cardinals ain't this team. Rubber hits the road. Bucs win. Period.
Period. Point.
I get it. Last week you wanted to be loyal, as opposed to.
Oh,
there it is.
There it is. All right, I got some ground to make up.
Absolutely. The Rondé Barber Show returns with Ask Rondé up next.
It's time for you to Ask Rondé, sponsored by Advent Health and Renewal by Andersen.
Let's bring in the carousel here in the
of goodness
WFLA Stream Center. Let's pick some prize winners this week.
By the way, Tiki, you're not eligible for this because you're out of market. So you have to be in market to submit questions to the Rondé Barber Show, ask Rondé, and I will pick a name and a prize. I signed a bunch of merch earlier in the year, Tiki. It's one of the slave things that WFLA has asked me to do.
Did you put HOF on
I
it?
did on all of them. So
Of course.
it is what it is.
Now it's worth something.
Right. All right.
All that merchandise was
Oh, we
Rondé
gotta do the
Barber
question
signature.
first.
Without HOF, it means nothing.
Yes.
Nothing.
Hi, Rondé. This is Jason. Huge fan. I have a question. So, have you or Tiki ever pretended to be each other in order to get away with something or to get the other one in trouble?
Good question, Jason. Jason was in the building a couple weeks ago, wasn't he?
I think so.
Yeah, he came and picked up one of the drawings. Good question, though. So, yeah, have we? Look, there's only the answer is yes, but the real answer is like we tried in high school. No, high school, right? And our teachers knew us so well because Tiki's just this colossal nerd that I wasn't in the right AP whatever room, and so they're like, "Rondé, get your butt out of here. We know you can't understand what's going on in this class. Go find your twin and put him in his rightful place." No,
See? That's why I made straight A's and you didn't.
Well, I didn't have a need to. I knew you were going to do all the smarts for our family.
True. Good point.
But no,
those are that's the story we can tell. The other ones, that's
yeah.
See, that's what I was going to press you on. Is like, there's got to be some real keepsake stories here, something to share with the people.
Yeah, there probably is some, but
You guys use your powers for evil. Is that what I'm picking up?
I don't think the persons involved would appreciate.
And Rhett, this is a family show.
Family show.
Fair point.
Fair point. All right, let's see. This just went off the rails. Sorry, I didn't mean it for this to be that way. See what happens when JB's out of the building. JB, we need you back. Actually, maybe not. We might get more views from this than what we normally have. All right, here. Oh, look at that. Here, the winner this week is a Hall of Fame hat signed by moi, not by Tiki, because Tiki's not in the Hall of Fame. And the winner is Alex Hernandez.
Yeah, Alex, let's give it up.
Yet Tiki's not in the Hall of Fame yet.
It's all good, brother. We are one soul.
Yes, we are.
share each other's successes, and I'm here for you when you hit your nadir. It's all family.
I don't even know what that means.
It's all love.
Oh, this was a fun show. Thanks for joining us, Tiki. You carried it. You carried the show for us.
You really did, man. He saved us this week. Thank you, Tiki Barber. Thank you, Rondé. Thank you to all of our Ask Rondé winners. Don't forget, you can submit your video questions at AskRondé.com, be featured on the show, and have a legitimate chance to take home some autographed Tampa Bay Buccaneers gear from the one and only Rondé Barber, top 5 player in Buccaneers history, if you will, based off of the list.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad to be. Tiki, what are you all-time at Giants?
Everything but touchdowns rushing.
Yeah,
You know why?
Why?
Because when I got to the 2-yard line, they'd bring in Brandon Jacobs.
Bam.
Brandon Jacobs has 2 more touchdowns than me.
There you go.
He stole at least 20 of them.
There you go. That's the Rondé Barber Show right there.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We have a great Thanksgiving with you and yours, and we will see you in the next one on the Rondé Barber Show.
Thank you for watching the Rondé Barber Show on YouTube. To see how we produce digital shows like this one, check out the new Parker Street YouTube channel. Subscribe now.